Hey y'all, I'm Ali. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. You know that we don't like to buy anything that we can make ourselves, right? So we have a homemade Hershey's syrup that we make, and it is bomb.com. I'll try to remember to link it below. But if you are more of a powdered, chocolate milk, there you go, that's the word, chocolate milk fan, then you're thinking more like Nesquik. Or do you remember, was it Nesquik when we were kids that came in the can and you had to like pry the lid off to even get it open? It was like the bunny on the front. Anyways, today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own version of that so you don't have to buy the one from the grocery store anymore. First thing it's 3 ingredients plus milk, but that's kind of a given. But the good thing is you can mix it into any milk you want. So if you don't drink cow's milk, you can mix this in almond milk, oat milk, whatever milk you want. I mean, you go for it. First thing you're going to need, and it does have sugar. You've been warned. If you want to take like coconut sugar or something else and make it into powdered sugar, you totally can. This is organic cane sugar. We blend it up in the blender and make our own powdered sugar. You need 1 1/3 cups. I hate powdered sugar because I feel like it's all gonna fall out there at the same time. I have found that if you use powdered sugar, it tends to, it tends to go into the milk a little bit easier than having like granulated. This is what happens when you make your own, y'all. Sometimes it doesn't have like the anti-clumping agents, which is good, but it clumps. It's fine, but it goes into recipes just fine. If you're worried about it, you can run it through your food processor or your blender really quick. Usually I don't store it. Usually I just make it as needed, but I try to keep a little on hand. This is going to take me 9 years. I should have pre-measured this. I'm sorry. There's 1 cup. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. And 1/3. If I look, maybe I can see the powdered sugar to make my life a little easier. I love when I make a recipe and I make it look way more difficult than it is. And you guys probably are like, I'm never making that if it's that difficult. Kind of like the tortilla recipe of 1995. No, 2025. How many people say the wrong year? To me, it's still the 90s. Some days I just want to break out my Doc Martens and my bomber jacket and relive it all. Anyways, there's 1 1/3 cup. I probably should have used a little bit bigger bowl. Let's be real. The next thing you need is a pinch of salt. I'm gonna do a tiny bit more. And then the last thing you need is cocoa, because this is chocolate milk. I am working on a strawberry milk version. It's basically the same thing, except you add freeze-dried strawberries like we do with the ice cream. You blend them up in your blender into a powder, and then you add those instead. I'm trying to get the ratios for you guys, but for now, it's still a work in progress. I feel like I have all kinds of this. Plus, it smells great when you blend the freeze-dried strawberries. We have to buy them because I don't have a freeze dryer, and they are not cheap. So, just 2/3 of a cup, by the way, going in. Okay, then you're just gonna mix that together. Sometimes I do this in the blender. That's what I was saying, is usually I'll make my powdered sugar, and then I'll put my cocoa powder in, and then I'll just blend it in the blender. Then it's a little easier than doing it in a bowl. But I don't like to run blenders with you guys because they're loud, in case you didn't know. So if you have a blender, do that way. Put sugar in, blend it until it turns into powdered sugar, then add your cocoa and give it a second whirl. Because I picked the smallest bowl in the world, let me get a bigger bowl. Hey look, it's just the same thing but bigger. That's gonna be a little easier for me. I was impressed though, because Shawn for lunch today cut up a watermelon, and I'm thinking, he got a bowl. I'm thinking in my head, there's no way that all that watermelon is going to fit in the bowl he picked, but he was spot on, you guys. So, I'll let him give you more information, but Shawn has taken up a new craft in his spare time, and he's quite impressive, and it's not woodworking. I mean, come on now. He's watched me do some stuff for a while, and I'll have him on a video soon talking about it, but he's amazing. He's got a good heart, so I'll let him give you a little more information on that. But anyways, 9 hours later, she's now made cocoa powder. No, we already had cocoa powder. She's made a Nesquik. Okay, so that's what it turns into. Mine's still a little clumpy. It's fine. We ain't perfect. Are you perfect? I'm not perfect. I have a glass of milk here now that has chocolate fingerprints on it. So for each cup of milk, you add about a tablespoon of our mix. Then you can either use a spoon, or we have this thing. I use this for my coffee every morning. I've linked to this before. It's Zule. They have a million brands on Amazon, but it's basically a whisk that has a button on top. And my kids love to use this for chocolate milk and hot chocolate. It's like game changer. So if you mix it, my battery's dying. I better put a new battery in. And if you mix it and you feel like that's not strong enough for me, then you just add more. Okay, I'm going in with 1 more tablespoon. I'm a heavy chocolater. It's not even a word. I like lots of, I'm an overkill. Like if the box says like, use this much, I'm like, nice suggestion, y'all, but let's be real. I love our Hershey's syrup, but sometimes like if you're like camping or something like that, this is great. Plus it mixes really, really well in coffee. Okay. There you guys go. That's how we make chocolate milk powder. I mean, it's easy. It has 0 granules in it because we use the powdered sugar. I have it everywhere. But it has no granules in it. I hate when you make something and at the bottom there's like granules sitting there after you finish. This won't do that. It's got, there's nothing sitting at the bottom. You can see the little bit of cocoa powder floating, but it's still tasty, you guys. Anyways, I told my kid I was gonna make this and give it to him, but I think I'm just gonna use it for myself. When was the last time I had chocolate milk? I can't even tell you. Anyways, thanks for giving me a reason to drink that. That and a donut, I'd be like set for the day. Anyways, I'm gonna go clean up. I will make a second glass for my kid. And I will put the recipe for this below. What were the ingredients? Powdered sugar, cocoa powder, and salt. That's it, you guys. So stop buying it at the grocery store. Save your money, put it in your pocket. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.